Good morning, friends, and welcome to the Real Estate Walk and Talk. Hey, the Wall Street Journal came out with an article yesterday, and the title is Why Home Prices Are Rising During the Pandemic. Here's a few stats from the article. In March, last year to this year, March prices rose 8% year over year, according to the National Association of Realtors. The number of sales was down 8.5% in March. And then they also have a stat for the percentage of home sellers who cut their prices in March. So only 4% of sellers cut their prices in March, and this was down compared to 5.7% a year earlier, pre-coronavirus time. So these are pretty interesting stats. You've got the number of sales down, but you've got prices rising, and you've got sellers holding firm. So what does all this mean? Well, if you have any questions about what all this means, I'm doing a live Q&A on Thursday, and I'm here to answer any questions that you have about this or any other real estate topics. There's a link in the description. You can go to www.jwbqanda.com. I'm here for you if you have some questions, but I'm going to give you my take here. I think when you're looking at these stats, first you have to have perspective about what recessions and real estate prices do. All right, the common thought is that in a recession, real estate values go down, but actually the data would not support that. If you look back at the last 5 recessions, and you look at 4 out of the last 5 recessions, real estate prices in Jacksonville actually appreciated 3.7% in 4 out of the last 5 recessions. So recessions don't necessarily mean declining home prices. In fact, it'd be the opposite in 4 out of the last 5. So what about the one that I'm not talking about? Which one do you think that is? And I see we've got a few people here on the Real Estate Walk and Talk. Which recession do you think I'm not quoting that did not see home price appreciation? For all of you who are investing in 2006 and 2007 and 2008, we've got Lee Bishop watching this morning, and I appreciate you being here, buddy. Lee, which recession am I talking about here where home values did not appreciate? Go ahead and put it in the comments, buddy. And thank you all for being here. So of course I'm talking about the 2008 recession, which was caused by real estate. And that's why real estate took the brunt of it. That's why values dropped in 2008. But there are major differences between the Great Recession and what happened in real estate compared to every other recession, and definitely compared to what's happening in coronavirus times, right? The two main differences: number one, real estate caused the recession in 2008. That's why it received the brunt of it, and that's why values dropped. And number two is that everybody understands coronavirus is a temporary situation. And you could not say the same thing in 2008. And you can't say the same thing about some of the other recessions as well. And so the thing that really drives pricing is months of inventory, supply and demand. How many houses are on the market and how quickly are they selling? And so what we're seeing here is that because this is known to be a temporary thing, if you're a seller out there, you are not going to be in a rush to go out and drop your prices to let your house go for less than what you could earn if you just simply waited for a while. So that's what you're seeing sellers do. It would make sense to all of us here, right? If it's a temporary situation, you're just going to wait it out. So what you're seeing is a lot of sellers are just simply deciding not to list their homes, or they're deciding to withdraw the offer. Especially if they have an occupied home. You don't want other people coming through your house right now. So you're just simply going to wait. And so there's a huge light at the end of the tunnel. And so what you're seeing is that people are withdrawing their listings for any number of reasons. This is decreasing the amount of inventory that's on the market. And so, of course, you're going to see a lower number of sales due to coronavirus, but what you might not be thinking about is you're seeing a lower number of inventory. And if you would decrease the number of inventory and you increase the number of sales, home prices would remain stable. And so that is what we're seeing here. The data here from March is actually appreciation year over year of 8% across the country. But what we're seeing here is that sellers are holding firm and that they're not in a huge rush because they know it's temporary. The chief economist of the National Association of Realtors, Lawrence Yun, he's quoted all the time. He said it's hard to anticipate a pricing decline over the next 12 months because of two factors. Number one, forbearance. So for those who are experiencing hardships, there are forbearance programs where they can extend and do not have to experience the housing payments for 12 months. And then the other thing is that we just had chronic undersupply of housing going into coronavirus time. So he says it's hard to anticipate a pricing decline unless there would just be prolonged job loss. And then he said, and even if that happens, it still may not be enough to overcome the undersupply of housing on the market. So what does this all mean for you? If you are thinking about investing in rental properties and the one thing that's been holding you back is you're saying, well, what about if prices plummet because of coronavirus? I just don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening over the next 3 to 6 months. And what I do see happening, if you do want to invest, but you're deciding maybe I'll wait for home prices declining, you're not going to see home prices declining for sellers who are not distressed. So for a company like JWB who is not distressed, or a lot of other reputable turnkey companies, you're not going to see home prices decline. But if you make the decision to wait and to not invest, what I do see happening is that you're not going to experience the positive cash flow. You're not going to experience the other benefits that you would get, which add up to thousands of dollars that you could be earning. That's your opportunity cost. So, so I just don't see prices having a huge impact on the buying decision for those clients right now. That's what we're seeing from our clients. I've had a couple of really great weeks with sales and clients just really, I think we've sold 23 properties in the last 2 weeks, which is right on pace for a normal week for us. And so hopefully this helps you make that decision. We don't see prices falling now, and I don't see a huge price decrease coming at all. We also are extending our mortgage payment guarantee for JWB. We're extending it through May, which means that if for any reason your residents can't pay rent due to coronavirus, JWB would make a payment equal to what your mortgage payment would be directly to you. So it removes the concern for negative cash flow as well. So one more reason that if you are thinking about investing in rental properties, this is a great time to do it. Hope you guys enjoyed the Real Estate Walk and Talk. We've got Dobro watching from my team. We got Lee Bishop here chiming in with the housing bubble. And Lee says rehabbers are turning into wholesalers due to holding costs. Holding costs could erode profit. Good point there. And always great to have Lee chiming in here. And all of you guys here for the Real Estate Walk and Talk. So have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch up with you soon.